Hey guys, so today I'm here in this new year of 2021 to talk about the home decor mistakes that I have made. So it is coming up on 3 years that we have been in our home. A lot of the things that we bought back then, I'm just not happy with them anymore. Maybe because of things changing, or like my style changing, or maybe just different mistakes that I made initially. So I do just want to go over those things with you guys. You guys know that we did not actually build this house. So if you're new to my channel, back in 2018 we were actually building a house, and it was a little bit smaller than this one. And then after we designed everything, picked out all of our finishes, the interior, everything like that, we decided that this house would be a much better fit for us. And I'm glad that we did, because shortly after, you guys know, once we became a family of 4, then we quickly became a family of 5. So in the long run, this house was a little bit more than the original house because it is bigger, but we definitely gained a guest bedroom and we gained a formal living room, which we don't even use. We don't use our formals like that. So we gained the guest room, we gained a formal living room, we gained an additional bathroom, and then we also gained our media room. So it definitely worked out, to be much better price-wise and stuff like that for us. Also, keep in mind, I just want you to know that I am not bashing anybody. I am not speaking negative. These are just my experience with the things. If these are things that you love and is near and dear to your heart, that is perfectly fine. But these are just things that I personally do not like. I feel like I messed up in this area and I'm just not happy with it. Do not take my experience as, oh, she's talking negative about it. Oh, she, who is she to judge what I got going on? No. This is just how I feel, right? So our first mistake was buying things before we actually moved in. Now with this one, I know it's so hard not to. I know you're super excited. We were so excited, even though we had seen the house probably 10 times before it was actually our home. So many different things like that. You're just super uber excited to buy stuff. But honestly, that was probably one of the biggest mistakes we did, because in the end, you weren't just really able to get a feel for the house, if that makes sense, before you actually bought stuff. So if I could take that back, I definitely would. I would not have purchased anything before we actually moved in. The next thing, knowing what I like, but not making like a mood board for things. Maybe really just getting a feel for stuff and making it my own. So I knew that I liked glam, for example. I knew that that was really my thing, but I feel like I went crazy with the glam. Like, everything was like, oh my gosh, it has to be this, has to be that, like it has to be glam. In the end, I definitely regret that, because like today, where we are in 2021, I regret that because I was basically just looking at pictures of like everyone else's home and being like, okay, I want this. If they could just take that and then boop, pop it into my house, pop it into my living room, pop it into my space, that would have made me happy. Kind of started with a blank slate and took different pieces, because that's what I've learned over the time, that I like pieces of thing, not necessarily the whole set, if that makes sense. So if I could have known to, okay, let me sit down and, okay, I like this table, now let me find the chairs I like to go with it, now let me find a rug, now let me find the buffet set, stuff like that, instead of just, okay, I want this mirror table and I want everything around it glam, all the decor on top of it glam, and it just like put me into like this overload. I'm just like glammed out at this point. So even though our home is not so glam, I just really felt like that's what I liked at the time, and not really realizing that, girl, you like a lot of different things. You like some contemporary pieces, you like some, not necessarily farmhouse, not at all, but like you like some of the rustic pieces, you like some modern farmhouse pieces, and girl, you like the whole restoration hardware vibes. I don't like the whole restoration hardware, but I like some of their stuff. Just like I don't like the whole Z Gallery, but I like a little bit of their pieces, if that makes sense. The next thing, and again, remember, I'm not attacking anyone who does this, but this is just for me, buying sets of stuff. So what I mean with sets is like, so when we originally moved in, our first big purchase that we bought was at Nebraska Furniture Mart. We got like the coffee table for the formal living room and the living room. That coffee table came with 2 end tables. Why do I have 3 of the same table? Like, why? I don't need that. And then also like what else do we have a set of? So the one in our living room had 1 side table, and then the one in the formal had 2 side tables. Okay, our bedroom set. I'm so glad we did not get the matching nightstands to go with that chest or drawer and to go with the dresser, because I would have been like, oh my God. The nightstands that we did finally end up getting, they complement them. They are white, These have a little bit of mirrored on it, whereas our chest of drawer and dresser do not have mirrored on it. It still kind of looks like they all go in the same family, so that's a little overwhelming. Basically just the whole matching set thing, like I can't do that anymore. Number 4 is bringing things from our old place but not having a plan for the space. So for example, we brought our sectional from my apartment over to this house, and to this day, almost 3 years later, a part of that sectional is in our media room and the other part is in the game room. Why? We brought it over, but we didn't know, okay, this is how we want to plan out the game room. So it wasn't just sitting there forever. So it's just like, why? And then also the stand that the TV is on in the game room, that was in my apartment living room. Why is that still there? Because we had no plan on what we wanted to do. So now I just end up staying here and it's like, for what? Number 5, thinking that you can only have one style of decor. So again, that goes back to how I was saying I like pieces from these different stores, but I just thought I like glam, and that was not the case at all. I like pieces, you know, I like little touches of things. I like, heck, I still like some IKEA stuff. Like this room is all IKEA stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not happy with it, bottom line. Like the whole setup in my formal dining room, I'm just so over it. I do not like looking at it anymore. And I mean, it was, you know, pretty, it wasn't just like, you know, it was pretty expensive pieces. So just to sell it off for nothing, it will hurt a little bit. So with the whole thinking that I could only have one style of decor, it really just put me in a box, and it didn't allow me to really like expand the horizon and just kind of like explore other places, or just kind of get ideas and pull different things together. You know what I mean? It just really was like, okay girl, you like this table from Z Gallery, so get this, and then get those chairs that match, and get the bar stools that match. The next thing, not buying things big enough to scale. That is definitely something that I've had problems with, especially with like the little decor accent pieces. So in our house, like in the living room, that's like a 24 foot ceiling, something like that. Like it looks silly. I was getting things that were just like too tiny. It looked like little dollhouse furniture in places, and it was just like, girl, this ain't gonna work. Or even also another example is our rug. The original rug, I think I still have a picture of it. I'll try to put it here. The rug that I had in the living room, I had no idea that it was supposed to, like, the couch and all that was supposed to touch it, the legs of that. So that little rug was just like embarrassingly tiny, and it looked so silly in there. But now we have one that fits and it's the right size. I've learned to measure the space and keep those measurements in the notes in my phone. That has been such a lifesaver. The next thing is buying too much too fast. That's one of our big mistakes. Basically, when we went to Nebraska Furniture Mart, it was like, okay, now let's move on to this room and this room and this room and this room. And like, we bought our bedroom stuff, we bought the formal living room stuff, we bought living room, then we bought guest room. Like, it was just like all these different rooms, and it's like, girl, you don't even have a plan. You don't even have a mood board. Like, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you truly like. And you know, like I said, I was just in there just like, okay, we got this, let's move on to this. It was like I just had a checklist, like, okay, couch, cool, coffee table, cool, this, cool. The next thing, going to Home Goods or other like home decor stores without a plan. This would always happen to me when I go to Home Goods, and I end up walking out with silly stuff like kitchen spoons and some towels for the kitchen, like literally silly stuff. I would always tell my friend, I don't know how people shop in Home Goods. I don't know what you're ever finding in that store. I never find anything, and I end up with silly stuff. Bowls and cups and snacks, like none of it makes sense. And basically it's because I would go to Home Goods without actually having a plan or knowing what exactly I was looking for. I would just go there hoping to find something, like the store was just gonna be completely stocked with everything that I needed, you know, which definitely is like hardly ever the case in Home Goods. At Home is a little better. You definitely need to go to those kind of stores with a plan, an idea of what you're looking for to make it make sense, you know. And then the last thing, home decor mistakes that I have made, is not having real greenery in the house. It just bothers me that the only real greenery I have is one snake plant. At this point, the fiddle leaves, I don't know, they gotta go. They gotta go. The real greenery, I've seen them, it looks so nice. So I think I'm just gonna have to try to invest into some plants and hopefully get my green thumb up and try to take care of them and allow them to grow. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any home decor mistakes or things you would do differently, just any kind of home decor tips, be sure to leave them down below. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.